Hi everyone, I'm really sorry for the delay. We had some technical problems. But right now I'm ready to start. Let's see if we have people online. I'll be checking the quality of my sound. Yeah, so I just saw a fragment of my YouTube live presentation to be sure that the sound is nice, and as always, please write plus if you are watching me online, so we know how many of us are actually watching this now, and we can exchange our comments, ideas, maybe questions, and I will be happy to answer your questions. And let me introduce myself. My name is Dmitry Elisov. I'm founder of Flystat Instagram Analytics and Social Media Marketing Agency. We do social media marketing for companies all over the world, and we usually do it for Instagram, and now we want to introduce you to our Facebook competence. And I had a first webinar on Facebook, which was part 1, basics, and today we want to introduce you to some more advanced tips. And mostly it's about Facebook ads, because when people do promotion on Facebook, they usually mean advertising, which is official targeted advertising via Facebook. You know, no mass following, no working with bloggers, no giveaways, no loop giveaways, no contests, I don't know, some retweet contests or whatever you can do on Instagram. Usually on Facebook people just do two things: good content, and second, official targeted advertising. So today I want to talk about ads. Okay, let me start. Let's see if we have, wow, we have a lot of pluses for today. Awesome. So I will move the message a little lower and make the presentation larger, like this. And I think I can be a little smaller. Yeah, awesome. So let's remember what we talked about in the first part. It was about Facebook demographics, some important figures like 43% of people look at their Facebook first thing in the morning. We talked about which businesses are perfect in Facebook. They are more good cause oriented, smart oriented compared to Instagram, because Instagram is mostly about luxury stuff, lifestyle stuff, some expensive things, beautiful things, and Facebook is more, a little more. Of course, luxury will still go well on Facebook, but also on Facebook you can do some, portable water filtration devices, maybe some medical equipment, which is not that suitable in Instagram but works well on Facebook, because it provokes a lot of conversation, which is hard to do on Instagram because it doesn't have all the structure of replies, and Facebook has a very good system of different emotions, replies to your posts, and it can have a lot of comments which are easily extendable and then collapsible back, so you can read easily and go through tons of comments. Also talked about what changed in 2016-2017, and mostly it's about trends of going to Instagram, not Instagram, I mean business. Mostly Facebook goes into business, both with Facebook and Instagram, and also it's about online trade, so you can get paid on Facebook, you can sell your goods or services on Facebook. That's what it will be like at the end of 2017 you will be able to sell anything and just get money through Facebook. And there were some small tips. Okay, so first of all, let's say I want to introduce you to the Facebook ads problem. So to keep some intrigue, to keep you interested, I want to start with the largest problem of all with Facebook ads. And that's, imagine you want to get likes and follows to your Facebook page. So you have one option is Facebook ads, and second option is buying likes and follows. Yeah, you can just go online to some websites and pay $8 for 250 likes, or pay $25 for 500 likes, and there will be like some high quality likes. What does it mean, high quality likes? They're just likes anyway. I mean, maybe the names of people who liked will be some English sounding, but still they're just dummies. Nobody will buy anything, nobody will ask questions. You just get one number in the right of the screen going up. It doesn't mean anything to your business, and it's really some cheap stuff for maybe school children who do this stuff. But still, they're a serious problem. Why? Because imagine most of these likes are done from Bangladesh, Egypt, and Asian countries, maybe also from Russia. And imagine if they did only likes. So there are people who have a lot of computers. They're called click farms. And when they get your order, then they start clicking your page to like it. Imagine if they did only those kind of likes that you asked. Then Facebook would easily track them and close them down, ban them, and you will not get your likes, and maybe you even will get your page banned. Instead, they do it like this. They like all kinds of pages, and they do it just with their Facebook interface. They just click stuff, and they of course click ads. And the problem is those guys that work there in Bangladesh, they get $1 for maybe 1,000 likes. And imagine how hard they have to click everything. And they do click everything really hard. And when you post an ad, usual user just maybe clicks once a day some ad, and those guys just click like that, and all your ad budget goes directly down the drain to all these click farms. That's how you get all your likes via Facebook ads. You can check them, they're really low quality likes. And of course we read that Facebook fights this problem, and it hunts down, it closes, bans millions of Facebook accounts. It was just 5 days ago, and then was April 13. But still, Facebook also benefits from this. I don't say that they do this click farming, I think they don't, but still, when you pay for ads and get those low quality likes, they are the same likes that you could just get for $8, but instead you pay hundreds of dollars, and still you get them, and you end up with those likes. And now Facebook thinks that you have low quality content because your content doesn't get likes. Why? Because nobody could post likes, they're just dummy accounts that don't care. And now Facebook offers you to boost your content among your audience. And now you pay additional money to show content to the audience which already was engaged with ads. So that's how Facebook gets paid twice. First with ads, then with boosting the engagement. So imagine that I have ads for my webinars, and I just want to show you it is a demo. Let's just see how it works. Yep. Should start playing. We'll start playing. I can open it. If it don't start playing, I will open it in a separate video. Just a second. Yeah, so let's see, that's my ad account, and here I have a post for my webinar, and I can see that it's for a specific audience with some interests in Tony Robbins and entrepreneurship with United States audience, so I don't target, any Bangladesh people. And let's see the engagement that my ad has gotten. So I see likes from different kinds of people, and remember that I asked Facebook to show it only to those people who are interested in Tony Robbins and entrepreneurship and stuff. And now let's see people. So this guy seriously looks like he's not interested in entrepreneurship. Maybe he is still. I don't say. Next guy. He's journeyman. Yeah, this guy looks like he might be interested because he has finished only high school. This guy doesn't look like he's interested in entrepreneurship, and he's actually from Mexico. This guy works at Donato's Pizza. And let's check one person. Let's just check what he likes. I just wanted to check what he likes, and I thought maybe maybe he is interested in entrepreneurship, and it's fine. But then I saw pages that he liked, and it went on and on and on and on and on. He likes everything. He clicks like to everything. So now we see that people that like my page and that cause this warning, they actually like all kinds of stuff. And when you click everything, Facebook thinks, oh, maybe he's interested in entrepreneurship and music and food and fashion and everything, because you just click everything, and Facebook adds you to all kinds of target audiences. So that's the idea of my webinar. Facebook ads are fraud and you cannot use them, and if you use them you will get low quality likes. Thank you, that's all my presentation. Of course it's not. So now the real presentation starts. The thing is, what I want to say first of all is that if you don't do high quality work with Facebook ads, you will just end up with very, very low quality likes that don't bring you any real money, and you just lose money on showing ads to some click farms. So you never should use simple interface, use audience filters, carelessly, not caring what you actually select there, like selecting 35 million audience like I did, or promote Facebook pages, because that's actually what most people do. Most people pay money for, I mean, on fake accounts. So not to get into this part, and actually, you know, when you do ads, you want to get some action from people, like adding stuff to cart, or maybe signing up for a webinar. So that's what you should target your ads for, not to promote your Facebook pages, because it's usually not your, you know, last step in getting money from your audience. So first, using audience filter, you go to Ads Manager, and let's see here, when you select audiences, you have a lot of different filters here, and in detailed targeting you actually select what you need. So audience filter has 3 main points. One is demographics. That's how you can select people by gender, age, education, location, relationship, all kinds of stuff. I recommend you to use all of them if you can. Second, interest. So be sure to narrow your audience as highly as possible. So you shouldn't have even 1 million people targeted. It should be around maybe 100,000 at most. And there is a cool stuff which is called behaviors. Behaviors are not like interests. Behaviors are interesting. There's like people who have anniversary soon, or people who have 2 children, or something like this. For example, I like the behavior that is called Facebook payments, because, you know, fake accounts don't pay money. They just don't pay money. They just click likes and that's all. And if somebody paid money, he is a real person. Of course, from 1.6 billion people, there is only 1.8 million people. So only 1,000, every 1,000th person used payments. And that's, I think, totally fine with us, because we need to narrow down our audience as much as possible. So when you select some filters in the audience filter, you get some advice from Facebook. Like when you have 6,300 people, it says that my audience is fairly broad. When I have 41,000 people, it says that my audience is fairly broad. That's good, great. But when I have 6.3 million people and it says that my audience is fairly broad, that's not true. That's way too broad. You shouldn't have more than 100,000 people for one ad. And if you want to get more, then, you know, just create a separate ad for another piece of audience, like these guys are only high school, these guys are only college, these guys are only master's degree. So you can separate them by different audience and get a different CTR and action, cost per action, so you know which audience works better. So let's see how we can actually get profits from running ads. Like, you know, we have some basic stuff with audience filter, and let's actually see how we can attract people on Facebook to click our ads, those who are actually interested. Because now when we have like only 41,000 people, we actually want them to click our ad, because that's not a lot of people, that's actually very few people, and we want them to click our ad, not to waste our money. If you see here, a lot of place of the screen is taken by ads. It's all right part of the screen. So people on Facebook actually are attacked by massive loads of ads, and those ads are highly interactable. People can like, comment them, they can share ads. You can imagine people share ads. Yeah, they do that because ads are getting smarter and more interesting every day. And our ad, if we want to get good results, it needs to be really interesting. It needs to get attention first. Before people even read it, they should notice it on the screen. Let's see here. So this is ads, and this is also ads. Imagine how much of the screen is taken by ads here. It's about, I think, 70% of the screen. And also be sure that there are very large brands that do advertising. Sorry. And yeah, they spend a lot of money, so you need to stand out. So don't get your ad overloaded. So you see here it's a nice animal. Sorry, I forgot its name. Maybe squirrel. And for example, here you also see a happy kid with the juice, milk. And there is not a lot of detail, and these pictures are very nice and beautiful. So each ad consists of three main parts. Image, which attracts the attention first. Then some description, which is right above the picture. And also a headline. Headline goes here, it's in blue. And also by picture we also mean text here. So Facebook recommends to have not more than 20% of the picture covered by text, and they're right because the less the text, the better. So these are the sizes of the pictures. I don't want to go into detail, just be sure that if you don't follow these sizes, then Facebook will crop or cut your image or maybe stretch your image, and it won't be good for your ad. When you think about color for your ad, try to play on contrast, because if person just scrolls and it's all white, blue, gray, black, it's all the same. So you have to attack the eye of the person, and with this you can use contrast, and you can just use basic color wheel for that. Yep, that's easy. You see the blue color, and obviously you have to go from yellow to red. So these colors work best with Facebook. And you can notice that a lot of ads are actually using these colors because it's one of the easiest ways to get engagement from people that look at that. So for example here. And also notice that they don't only use red, but also with this red they value their most important point, which is free trial. And all the necessary information is in the description. Here even the food is in contrast with Facebook. They have blue plates just because plates are in the background. Plates are not important. And the food is orange, yellow. So basically they work in contrast even with food, which is awesome example. Yeah, so it's about text on the image. Don't exceed 20%. It's not good anyway. Even if you think that it's good, it's not. Also be sure that your ad can be shared. That's the easiest way to get more engagement and more reach. just by posting something very nice. There are a lot of good causes every day, and people like to share some good causes, some holidays like Patrick's Day, Saint Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Veterans Day, all kinds of stuff. First day of summer, whatever. Every week there is some good cause for sharing a picture. Just be sure to prepare ahead of time and get your likes. So that's not the best example of originality, but still I don't go for some photo stock pictures, but instead I try to play on recognizable face. Now I'm building my brand, and I just want to be sure that if people see my face, if they saw my previous webinar and they see my ad again, that they want to click it, of course, if they like my previous webinar. So that's my way to get through all those thousands of ads on Facebook, just my face, my smiling face, because people recognize faces very well, and even when they're scrolling pretty fast, they still see me, and if they like the previous webinar, they will click this one too and go register. Be sure to surprise people, but that's easy, just some simple notes. You will get the presentation after the webinar, so you will read this in more detail. The same here. Image is important. What can I say? Also, when you do the description for the text, don't try to be, original, to say that you will blow the mind of people, to say that I don't know, it's what they were waiting for, it's the best deal in the world. Just write down the most important points of your good or service. For example, it's 10% cheaper, it's 5% faster. Here they just say it's curved monitor. Okay, it's curved. 1. It's for gamers. 2. It has 1 millisecond response time. 3. Yep, that's all. It's really easy. They didn't say that it will make you the best gamer or that you will, do 3 times more kills. No, they just say the basic stuff. They designed it for gamers. It's curved and it's really fast with the response time. Yeah, so that's some just basic tricks how to get your ad be seen. So let's go into some details with Facebook ads. So Facebook has some amazing audience tools, and let's see how we can create a custom audience, because when you first create ads you work with cold audience, but later, for example, people have already seen your website, then they're not cold audience anymore, they're already a warm audience, and you have to work with them too. Imagine some person visited your website, and maybe I think 5% do this. They left their email address, so you can send them emails. How many people actually open emails from some websites? Most of them, or not most of them, but some of them put some fake email addresses, others just put these messages to spam. So maybe 20%, let's say 20%, that's a good number, open the emails from this registration sign up form. So people go to your website, 5% leave their email address, and then only 20% of those 5%, so it's 1%. So you get only 1% who actually open emails from all visitors of your website. Now, they are on Facebook, and once they have visited your website, they're signed up to your ads on Facebook. Now they will get ads from you on Facebook. It's called retargeting. It's 100%. Let's say, of course, maybe not everybody's on Facebook, maybe 80%, comparing to 1% from email subscription. 80% of people will constantly get ads from you on Facebook and see you again and again, and finally they will, if they actually wanted good or service from you or your competitor, and they will get reminded constantly about you. They will make a choice with your preference. So to do this, you have to install a special piece of code. It's called Facebook Pixel. It's pretty small. It's just about 3 lines long. So when people visit your page, they get tracked with Facebook, and Facebook knows which person exactly visited your page. You don't know this, so you don't know this person. For example, it was John Smith. John Smith visited your website, but you don't know this. For you, it's just person X. But Facebook knows that this is John Smith. And now John Smith will get ads from you. And you don't know, for you it's person X. But you know that this person X visited your website, and you know that you can show them your ads. And actually Facebook is more about warm audience targeting. So if you want to do cold audience, you better work with bloggers or post ads in some other Facebook pages, and real work and real money is in Facebook retargeting, just because it's so more effective comparing to email subscriptions. So to go there, you go to, I just will quickly hop because you can just see it in the presentation later. You go to Tools, Audience, create custom audience, website traffic. Then you will get a code for Facebook Pixel. You will post it in your web page. Blah blah blah. Then you create a customer list. Then you select an option. You select a lookalike audience. That's from people that visited your website. That's about target by interests. So that's what I told you in short. So that's about cold audience, people who haven't learned about you yet. Here, be really accurate with interests. Try not to put a lot of interests. Try to have not more than 100,000 people. So here, notice that it's not intersection. It's not people who are interested in Amy or Mary or Social Media Examiner, but and. So they're interested in Amy and Mary and Social Examiner. So I would expect to have like 60,000 people, because it's the minimum here. Instead, Facebook will add those numbers. So it will be 64 plus 120 plus 220. And it goes up to 500,000 people, which is way too much. So in this case, I would create 3 separate ads, one for each audience, and then compare each one how it works, because each audience itself is actually pretty large. So if we remember Henry Ford, how he did it with selling cars, if he couldn't work with every single person on some territory, then he just considered the territory too large for him. So he he shrink the territory so he can work with every single person on this piece of territory. The same here. Be sure that you can work with not every single person, but still that you can cover all the audience here. If you have budget only for 60,000 people, then just leave Amy Porterfield and work only with her. Also be sure to use advanced combinations, so you can get more engagement because you will more carefully filter people. So another important aspect of using Facebook ads is spending. Somebody thinks that if you spend more, Facebook will, I don't know, give you more preference or give you hotter leads. That's not true. It treats everyone equally. Not important if you are John Smith or if you are Samsung. It's still pretty the same for Facebook. It doesn't care. So be sure to play first with, you know, like some 14 cents per click, and also be sure to optimize your ads not for just shows but for some specific action. So if you select here CPC is cost per click, CPM is cost per 1000 shows, 1000 views. And also you can optimize your ad for cost per click, and it's actually the best way. So Facebook actually tries to show your ad only to those who are good for clicking. Just be sure that there are a lot of people who click all kinds of stuff, and you have to filter them out so they don't get in your audience. That's important. That's why I use behavior with payments via Facebook, because fake accounts don't pay. So that's how I easily filter those accounts out. So usually when you start some new ad, just set the minimum budget, which is $5. $5 is for all the campaign, not per day, but the total you want to spend is $5. So for example, you can stretch it to 1 month, which is also fine. And also be sure that to track everything. So if you run ads, I know many people just think that it's fine to run ads and don't care if it works or not. Be sure to know which is the effectiveness of your ads. How many people actually clicked the ad? How many people went from clicking the ad to signing up for a webinar or for buying a product or adding product to cart? It's all important. So you have to know what is return on investment for your ad. If it's higher than what you spend on ads, then you can just put all your money in it. Because you know, if you put $100, you get $200. You know, that just works. But if you put $100 and you get $50, you cannot put then $1,000 and get $500. And instead, if it works well, you put $1,000, get $5,000. That's how it works. So you have to know if it scales you or actually if it shrinks you. To know how much you spend after you connect Facebook Pixel, that's important. You have to connect Facebook Pixel. You can see actually the cost. If you don't connect Facebook Pixel, you can see cost per click on the ad. But if you want to check some advanced action like cost per sign up, cost per add to cart, which you will see also here, then you have to connect Facebook Pixel, and that's what I recommend to do, because just clicking the ad is not that good for you. Yeah, and what I also recommend is split testing every ad. So, you know, if you think that if you cannot just decide between using blue or red or orange, just create 3 options, create all 3 ads, run them, and then compare the results. It will work much better than just deciding for yourself which is better. Because you cannot decide for 1000 people. They will decide themselves. They can do this. And then you will choose the best working version. Let's see here. There is the same ad but different picture. And the picture on right is actually not as high contrasted, not as standing out as the picture on left, but still it produces cost per conversion is almost $1, and picture on the left is almost $3. And you know, I think every normal person would actually go for the left option. Like, left option is, it has some interesting action happening on the picture, but still it produces 3 times higher clicks, which is just not good for any business. So doing split tests is very easy. You just duplicate an ad and then just change one simple element, and it's done. And then you just come back in 3 days and compare the results. You can check anything in your ad, starting from image and ending even with some targeting options. Thank you guys. You can ask me questions about Facebook ads. I hope you found these tips useful. I think we will do one more webinar on Facebook ads, because actually we have more stuff to tell. It won't be so long. Next time maybe about 20 minutes. But still I have some more stuff to tell you about. So sign up for our channel on YouTube, and visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/flystat. And after that, I actually want you to decide which social network is interesting after Facebook. So I will just put some options, and that would be nice if you reply in comments. So we have Snapchat or YouTube. So those who are watching me, please write in comment section which of these social networks is more interesting for you. After this one we will do webinar on Facebook, and then what would you like? Okay, so I'm leaving now. Thank you guys, have a great day. Thank you for watching me. And see you next week.